Welcome back. My name is Matt Kyle and I'm the president of Ascend Business Strategy. The very first thing I want to know from you is, how is your energy level? Are you letting people around you or at your jobs zap your energy? I know because I've been in this situation and I've had jobs that have zapped my energy, or what I like to refer to as suck my will to live. After working with many different companies, I find that there are many other people who are just like me that didn't have the energy. So today I want to share with you a program I've developed called Executing in Leadership. This program is based on experiences of my teaching at the university level, leading, managing, and learning from some of the best in the world. Yes, there are some really good leadership programs out there, but there's some really bad programs as well. The Executing in Leadership program has some of the best research on the brain, psychology, and how to help people achieve their goals, as well as organizational goals. This system has been tested and proven with my students, the companies I work with, and people just like you. I've taken the concepts and applied them to the business world, developing high-impact visual processes that teach others how to deal with conflict, stress, and goal setting, and many other business tools. The first thing I want you to know is that energy is essential for everyone. But when you understand how the brain releases energy and how it releases it through dopamine to raise your energy, you feel more rewarded. In our program, we teach people how to release more dopamine and give yourself energy. So let's take a quick look at how the brain works, and I'm going to go into a little bit of psychology that I want you to understand. I want you to take your hand like this. I want you to open it up. I want you to take your thumb, stick it inside this, and then wrap your fingers around your thumb. Let's pretend you have two thumbs that actually stick inside there. Now, why is that important? Because this is part of your limbic brain. This is the part where all of the messages that we receive, they come from our five senses on how we communicate. We communicate through our eyes, through our nose, through our mouth, through our ears, or through touch. They all come through the limbic part of the brain, and then the neurons send up and go up to the prefrontal cortex of the brain. The prefrontal cortex is basically where our fingernails are. Why that's so important is because in the prefrontal cortex, that is where all of your experiences, all of your education, everything that is comprised of who you are is stored up here in the prefrontal cortex of the brain. Why I say this is really important is because imagine that there's huge filing cabinets of everything that you've ever done in life that's stored right up in there. So we want to make sure that we protect the prefrontal cortex of our brain. Now, if we are calm and not stressed, then those messages will come up from the limbic part of the brain and go to the prefrontal cortex. When we're stressed, those neurons or messages cannot make it to the prefrontal cortex. They go to the brain stem and they go through what we call an amygdala, and that is an amygdala hijack. And that's when we're stressed. And in today's workplace, we are all stressed. When you understand that, and I go into a deeper dive more than that in our class called The Foundation, but I really want you to understand that is important with communication in the workplace and how that you understand how we communicate. The next thing that's really important about communication is we live in three dimensions. The first dimension is past, the second dimension is present, and the third dimension is future. Now, for successful leaders, they live in future because that's where hope lies. When we envision tomorrow better than today, that's part of the goal setting process. So I teach people how to listen to which dimension or what time zone are people living in, because that recalls how their experiences out of their prefrontal cortex. Now, the other part of it is once you understand how people are rewarded or how the brain rewards itself, you can make a big impact on how you lead and manage others. The brain is critical because before we actually do something, the brain has already processed and determined what is the goal. So I need to get employees engaged in that so that they understand and can actually transform it into their brain and understand that there is a reward for them doing something. Now, we don't give them a reward for everything, but we teach managers and leaders how to frame it so that the brain understands that it's important to everybody's job. The brain also produces 4 happy chemicals. And as you can see up here in the next video, I'm going to share with you those 4 happy chemicals. And I'm going to share how you can activate them to produce amazing results. So, before the next video I want you to post any comments or situations that you have in the workplace, and I personally will comment on them, and I'll respond and teach you and guide you how to respond, releasing the 4 happy chemicals. But you better be ready, because I'm going to share some amazing information with you in the video. So, till next time, thanks.